Hello, this is Paul from PB Software, and today we're going to talk about Keepalive Pro. And what this program does is basically it senses if an application has failed, and we've upgraded it to actually work with 64-bit applications too. Originally, it only did 32-bit applications. So let me launch it now. I'd like to go through the application with you. It is a trial version, so you're going to get the snag screen. And again, it tells you our website, where it is, and that is 32 and 64-bit. You can work with those applications or those executables. So this is the screen. I'm going to this will be an introductory video, so I'll go through it pretty quickly. And then in later videos, we can delve a bit more into the options. So the first thing, it says start here. We'll start here. Now, what we do is we install a 32-bit app for testing and a 64-bit app for testing, just for your testing purposes. And just to be able to get familiar with the program, it's good to have both. So we supply both. So for testing purposes, we'll put this one, will be the first one we're going to monitor. We'll put 64-bit application. So we're going to select the executable. Like I said, it's actually installed on the desktop. So we'll go to desktop. And there's a 64-bit app. At least it tells you right here. Let open. If you want to say where you want it to open from, you can select it here. And you can also put an argument or a command line here if you want to put a command line when you start up the 64-bit application. So hit save. And of course you see it here, it says it's saved. And let's do the second executable by clicking on this tab. We'll do this one, the 32-bit app, 32-bit app. We'll select the executable, 32-bit app here. We'll hit open, and we'll save that too. Now, this is actually looking at the applications. I believe it's set up for every 3 seconds. It takes a little bit to initiate. There it goes. It launched the 64-bit app and the 32-bit app. Both of these applications. And it will give you a status of when it started it. So let's just simulate, a crash. We'll just do that, like that. It senses it. It scans every 3 seconds, and there you go. You can actually limit. You can actually make this longer or faster. So 3,000 equals 3 seconds. Now, this is pretty important where you set this. Some applications take a little bit longer to start up, so like we'll say, a enterprise application, if it shuts down and it starts up again, sometimes it takes a while to load. So I would increase this to every 6 seconds. That way, it's sampling every 6 seconds, and if it still says it's not running, even though it's initiating, you'll give it the time your application to actually start up fully, and then have Keepalive monitor it. I think every 3 seconds is a bit aggressive, but for these purposes, you can actually have it every 1 second. Let's try 1 second. We'll do 1 second for everything. It's very quick. Do this. There you go. I mean, as soon as it fails, it starts it right up. There you go. It's sampling every 1 second, and you can see this here. You see it's sampling every 1 second. The next thing here would be reboot options. Would be if the executable will fail. Sometimes you want the server to reboot or PC to reboot because sometimes applications have a whole startup routine, and that's why we have this in here. We have startup tray options. Do you want Keepalive to start up in the tray here when it first starts up? Or just do you want to run normal mode? Normal mode is just when you launch it, it's going to show like this on the screen. We have secure access to PC. Sometimes you want to lock down the PC for a bit. You don't want people tampering. So we disable the task manager so people can't turn off Keepalive, disable log off, disable shutdown option, disable lock computer, and disable change of password. Visual alerts upon a failure. It can give an audio alert where it's going to actually have an audio tone coming from the PC or PC that it's installed on. It can flash this screen here, or it can have a pop-up display actually telling you which executable failed. I mean, we'll say pop-up display to show you. So we'll fail this one. Did I save it? I don't think I did. Let's try this again. Oh, there we go. Just took a little bit to save. Try this again here. I think there are multiple. My PC is a little slow. Let's do this again. There we go. Yeah, and it tells you, when it failed and the time and the date. So I'm running a very small laptop. It's not the fastest, so it gets delayed, especially when it's doing a virus update, which it's doing right now, of course, as I'm doing this video. So there's email setup here. You can set this email up so that upon a failure again, it'll send email notification to you, and at least you'll know when if the application's failed. This is great for technicians or service people that are or IT people that are responsible for ensuring the applications are working. To get an email saying that something's uh, has failed is pretty powerful. They can get in, they can start working on it before they get customer complaints. So, so you can do this. Always hit notification enabled. Click this radio button and hit save when you do that. SMS setup. We have a special thing here. If you want to notify via your cell phone, you can use this here. And what we did is we put a list of SMS emails here, the most popular ones, so you can pick. Again, make sure you enable the SMS notification. So every time an application fails, you'll get a message on your email. The same with, it's going to tell you the executable name and the date and the time that it failed. Next one is configure command line setting. Upon a failure, you could set up another application to start up yourself. You can start a bat file, whatever you want to do. You can have an action upon for you. So I know some people say upon a failure, I would like this batch file to run, or I'd like to have this executable run. And you can actually send alerts to computers. And if you have this, if you have a failure, it could send to another computer on the network, on the internal network. So it would flash upon their PC. Another one is, this is very simple. It's a simple app. It just tells you what executables are running at the time on the PC. You can print that list if you like. Taskbar. Okay, so my PC is a little slow today. Okay. So it tells you what applications are running. And let's see here. Tool system. Oh, not available. Let's try. We have some tools here. Basically, this is IP DNS lookup trace route. People have actually asked for this. It's a tool that administrators like to use sometimes. I use it. I think it's pretty handy. There you go. It just that's the trace. If you want to resolve the IP address, you hit that, and then again, there it goes. This is resolving the IP address, and there's the hop, and here. So it's a nice tool. Let's see. You can also we have a quick tool here, so you can release the DHCP or renew it instead of having to do a command line for that. Kind of gives you all the interfaces here. All you have to do is just highlight it, release, and you can hit renew. What's really nice about Keepalive Pro is that you can export your settings. Let's say you have all this set up and you want to back up the setting, you just hit export settings, and everything that's set up, let's just do it here. At the desktop, you hit save. It exported all your settings, and you can see here all your settings are displayed, everything that you have. And you can do a printout if you like to. So this is a quick introductory to Keepalive Pro. Continue to visit us, and we'll have following videos. Thank you very much.